Hi, folks. My name's Tom. You're watching High Rant District. Today, I'm going to do a thread response to a video posted by James Buttery of the channel Buttery Digs. James posted a thread saying, "Show us your sets," and he got the idea from one of Ben Costello's last videos that he made for the vinyl community, showing a particular set of record. And a set is, however, fairly well, however you want to define it. It could be a series of records, could be, I don't know. It's kind of like obscenity. You know it when you're pornography. You know it when you see it. For me, the way I'm going to do this, the set that I'm going to show a set of records by Strange Fruit Records. Strange Fruit was John Peel's record label, where he put out wax versions of the Peel sessions that he recorded. So what's a Peel session? Back in the day, I assume back in the day, I don't know if this is still a thing, but in England, radio stations were restricted to how much needle time they could have, meaning how much time you could be playing, a properly recorded record. And that's probably, I'm guessing that's kind of what led to the proliferation of, pirate radio being on ships offshore. And the way the BBC got around these needle time restrictions was to, instead of playing the actual record, they would hire session musicians to do cover versions of music. I'm not British. I never heard any of that, fortunately. But John Peel's way around the needle time restrictions was to, instead of playing a proper record, bringing musicians into a studio, having them record a set or a session, and usually like 4 songs, and then mixing it the same day and playing that on the radio. So at some point, John Peel came up with Strange Fruit Records to put out Peel sessions, put them out on actual records. So I'm going to be showing that. Strange Fruit, as a record label, I believe came out around '86, although Peel sessions have been going on for a long time. I'm not sure when they started, but for the Peel sessions that I have on the Strange Fruit label, they're mostly from sessions that were recorded roughly from 77 to 81 or 82, which is really kind of it's probably like the sweet spot for me as far as music that resonates with me. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to show these alphabetically by artist. I think there was about 80 something in the series of Strange Fruit Peel sessions, and he didn't put out everything recorded. There was thousands of recordings, but I think there was 80 some in this series, maybe a little bit less. I think the numbering went up to 80 something, but I don't think every number was actually put out. So anyway, we'll do these alphabetically. So we've got Birthday Party, or as I like to call them, the Boys Next Door. This was recorded on April of 1981. Here's a look at track listing. Got another one later in '81. This was December of '81, also by the Birthday Party. And here's the songs here. So one thing I should mention is that the sessions were, I love these sessions because they are less polished, I guess. Maybe less produced, they're less polished than you hear on the studio version of an album. They have a bit more life, a little bit more energy, and I feel like it's, I hate the phrase, it's like you're there, but it feels to me like closer to the truth of the music. It's not been, polished to death. So I really enjoyed these. Oh, I should mention, these are all 12-inch records. These are EPs, essentially, 4 tracks. They're at 45 RPM, and they all pretty universally just sound wonderful. All right, continuing with this was recorded in 1977. It's the Buzzcocks, and they, for the ones that I collect, all but one at the moment have this same pattern cover. I think that's why I consider this a set from 1977. Here's track listing. Got a Cure session from 1988. Killing an Arab is the title track, which is a great track. Followed up by 10:15 on a Saturday night, and then finishes off with Boys Don't Cry. That's a great session. This one falls a little outside the range. I think this was 1976. No, this one's 1977. This is The Damned. Track listing there. It's another one by The Damned. I think this one was from 76. Yep, December 1976. This is the one that has New Rose on it, which was the first punk single released as a single, as a 7-inch record. In the UK, anyway. Echo and the Bunnymen from 1979. There's a track listing. One of John Peel's most recorded sessions was with the various iterations of The Fall, featuring the legend Mark E. Smith. What was this from? 1978. This is fantastic. I listened to this last night. 1979, Gang of Four. I found that Essence rare. Man, it just jumps out of the speakers. Just a great sounding record. There's a tone of the guitar. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a musician. This sounds great. Joy Division. This is from 1979. I think the two that I have are both from 1979. This is January 31st session. This might be their second one that they did. And then, it's from November 1979. This one has Love Will Tear Us Apart on it. Colony. It's also a great song. There's a little bit, the Joy Division sessions, I don't know how to describe it. They're a little bit less visceral than I would like. Like the studio album Unknown Pleasures is, it's a polished out. It's a very polished, very manufactured album. I would have liked those Joy Division sessions to be a little bit more raw. I'm talking out of my ass. Let's keep going. Madness from 1979. Here's your tracks. All right, New Order. This is from 1982. In your track list, got a couple by Susie and the Banshees. This is from 1977. Starts off with Love and a Void. Excellent rendition. Here's your track list. And then from 78. I don't know why, but I always, maybe it's just from living in Portland too long. I just kind of like, I wince ever so slightly when I hear Hong Kong Garden. There's really no good reason for it. And Helter Skelter, of course, it's like 6 Degrees of the Beatles. You can't get the fuck away from them. This is a great album, too, by the Slits from 77. Newtown and Shoplifting on the B-side tracks are really phenomenal. Great drumming. Stiff Little Fingers. Remember, we're going alphabetically, so we're getting there. We're getting close to the end here. 1978. Johnny Was, Law and Order, Barbed Wire Love, and Suspect Device. It's your track list. This is an oddball one, cover-wise. This came out. This is a one of the few that I have that are recorded outside my sweet spot time frame, and I think it came out later. It has a 1991 release of a 1990 session. It's a Teenage Fan Club, the Peel sessions, and there's your track listing. For some reason, the artwork on the rear is somewhat reminiscent of the Strange Fruit covers that I normally have, but not the same cover. This is from 1978. We've got Wire. Great rendition of I Am the Fly on this one. And we'll round out with, I think this is a 1985 recording. Yeah, 1985 session of Ex Mal Deutschland. The session is from 85. Not sure which, I don't recall which one, but Bass Junkie really loves one of the particular versions of one of these tracks. But Ex Mal Deutschland. So there it is. And so if you'd like to show us your sets, that'd be awesome. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.